Yo, what up, motherfuckers? We're in this bitch. It's not me and Hunter, though. It's me and Riley today. We got my friend Riley here. What's up, dude?
What's going on, my guy?
So we're kind of just like, Riley came over. Hunter's kind of busy right now. So we've kind of we're improvising a podcast here real quick because I wanted to put out something hopefully earlier in the week. And just, keep that upload schedule going,
We'll
You
see
gotta,
how it goes.
we gotta keep this consistent. So far, we have absolutely nothing. We're not really sure what to talk about, so this might be rough, folks. You might never hear this. But let's see. So, I'm trying to even think. We got a vape here. We got some doinks here. Riley's not big into doinks. He's got his vape. I'm gonna do a quick rip. BRB. Oh. I blew the smoke into you, folks. The smoke is in you.
So you said that you wanted to talk about the new Silicon Valley episode.
Well, just the new season in general, I guess. What do you think so far?
I personally, because I haven't watched the other 4 seasons since like last year, waiting for the new season to come out. But I think all the episodes so far are fire. And I don't know if you've watched the newest episode yet.
The one that just came out,
yeah,
on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that one.
Okay.
I love that episode.
The fucking dude, the scene where Jared's lips are huge, and every time he sees someone, they're like, "Oh fuck," like they get like jumpy.
I lost my fucking shit when I saw that.
That was probably one of the funniest scenes in that movie or show, not movie.
Dude, I think so far, season 5 of Silicon Valley might be the best season since like season 1 or season 2.
Yeah, I also when the box 3 came out, the Gavin Belson signature.
Hold on. And we're back. I don't hear any static.
Sounds good now.
Sorry, guys. We completely cut off our conversation about Silicon Valley to handle a static issue that I noticed. All right, so
But anyways, what
what were you saying?
the box 3 Gavin Belson signature box, when they displayed his signature and it looked like a dick, that was probably one of the other funniest moments in this season. And everyone just, dude, I don't know how he has that kind of power in that company and but like Steve Jobs gets voted out of the company that he created on his own,
Yeah.
It's funny how in
Well, they draw that parallel in. Did they fire Gavin Belson in season 4? That's kind of what happens in Apple.
I don't think they did fire him actually.
Yeah, the board of directors fires him and makes Jack Barker the CEO.
Yeah, but Jack Barker, he screwed up like the negotiation deals or whatever.
He fucks up the box project, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
completely.
Okay, I remember this now.
And Gavin went on like that weird soul searching trip in like India or something like that.
Yeah, he became like a monk, and it looked like he was in like Tibet.
Yeah, but so far, yeah, season 5 is probably one of actually my favorite seasons, I think.
I think honestly that the removal of Ehrlich changed shit up enough where the show felt different for once finally.
I think that he was kind of a weird dynamic in that show anyways.
Yep.
He played kind of a role in the show that didn't really add much to it,
Mhm.
in my opinion anyways.
Yeah, I can kind of. I mean, he was definitely important in the early seasons, but
Yeah, I mean, because at the time they were mostly in the incubator, which was Ehrlich's house.
yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting the role that Jin Yang plays in season 5 now that Ehrlich's gone.
Yeah.
Kind of like the asshole, like
Jin Yang's almost a villain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I was kind of worried about that because you see on like the whiteboard it says new Pied Piper
Yeah.
when he's like discussing startups with his friends. Yeah, I wonder I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna like. I think the Jin Yang meme will just be. They can't carry on the Jin Yang thing for more seasons, right?
No,
Or at least evil Jin Yang.
yeah. I mean, his character as a whole. I mean, he can't be that problematic because from what we've seen, he's not very good at coding or anything like that. So I can't see his.
Yeah, he's not really smart. He just kind of he's like big head in that sense.
I think it was either the third or fourth season when he wrote that software um, that was supposed to tell what kind of food it was by like
Yeah,
the
seafood.
or whatever. Yeah, seafood, and then
But it could only tell if it was a hot dog.
yeah, so they used it as like dick recognition software on like Tinder or something.
Yeah, they
like that.
converted it to nudity recognition for like Periscope or something. I heard.
Yeah, because it only could tell when it was a hot dog, and it for whatever reason.
Right.
Really well for dicks.
Right. Yeah, that shit was good. Yeah, I don't know. That was like I think season 3 was like the weakest season, and season 4 kind of brought it back up. But I think season 5 we're back up to at least like season 2 levels of hype right now.
I do like the role that Richard plays a little bit more this season.
You'd think by now though that he's gotten used to like being responsible for stuff without puking.
Yeah. It's funny, how that works. You think the longer, and especially because some of the stuff they do in the show is like really ballsy,
Yeah.
And they definitely sneak around and do some super sketchy shit, and that doesn't.
Yeah, they do a lot more stupid stuff
it
than
trigger his anxiety as much as like
just talking in front of a group of nerds.
Yeah, but when they were at like HooliCon or whatever, like gaining all the user data from
Yeah.
the people, and that was like completely illegal, but it didn't have any kind of like impact. I mean, he was definitely anxious, I think, but,
Yeah.
As opposed to like this, just a social anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he's weird, but that's just one of those. He hasn't has Richard really progressed as a character much?
No, I mean,
I think he's like learned, but he doesn't really.
I think the show is kind
He hasn't changed.
I think the show is kind of built like Family Guy in a sense, because.
You think it'll be ongoing?
What?
You think they'll try and make it ongoing, and they just won't develop characters and just let it be like a sitcom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's like.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh, what the? Now it's outputting really loud through the speakers. All right, are we rolling?
Yeah,
We're fucking going. All right, let's do this shit.
So basically, what I was saying is, I think that Silicon Valley is going to be very similar to Family Guy in the sense that, like you said, there isn't going to.
In the sense that it's the best show ever made on television.
Yeah. So I think even the creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, has said Family Guy is a mistake.
Yeah, he doesn't like Family Guy.
But like, what my thing with Silicon Valley is, like you said, I don't think that there's going to be much character development where.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an HBO show in that sense, does it?
No, yeah, no, I know what you mean. But I think like because the characters throughout the show have kept a very similar, like MO, like all through the 5 seasons, Guilfoyle has been kind of like, the dark, he's always like pessimistic,
Yep.
and very blunt and sarcastic in a sense, and
Yep.
it hasn't changed at all for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Richard has always been like a weird leader who, he gets these like brief moments of confidence and makes things work, but other times he like really fucks things up or gets super angry.
Like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Or he'll like, yo, I lost my fucking mind when he like, what did he like walk through a glass door or something, or like through a glass wall at one point?
He fell through it. He had been coding for like.
Did he pass out?
60 hours straight or something, and he was like grabbing another post-it note, and he just passed out and fell through the fucking glass.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Dude, that shit. And then there's like the scene in the show where he's actually alpha and he like stands up to Jack in like season 3 or 4, I think,
Yeah.
when they're like making the box, and he's like, you have to let us make the platform because we're the only people who know how to do this anyways. So we'll make the box, but then we're making the platform right after. But then he like does that. It's like that one was kind of a reach, but it was one of the funnier ones where he just had his hands on the paper, and then like he just kind of tilted his weight weird, and it like pushed both his arms out.
Yeah.
That dude's fucked up as. I wonder if. I mean, I'm guessing that's not real when they're filming that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not a big tech guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you might understand the concept of the show a little bit more when it comes to the idea of a decentralized internet.
Possibly.
Like, because I don't know what currently makes the internet not decentralized, I guess, in layman's terms. Like, what's kind of the idea behind that makes it so, like, revolutionary, if you understand it?
I mean, I guess the idea is that the decentralization is that the users own the infrastructure, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, like, alright, so here's how I'll try to explain it. So everybody in their home has a router, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the internet level and at like corporate and like enterprise levels as well, you start getting more and more serious routers. Like, I don't know. Do you know much about like? I'm assuming you know that is not that dinky little modem is not what gives like the internet to like an entire school or something, right?
Yeah.
So like the gear starts getting bigger, and eventually you just get into these like extremely specialized routers that literally kind of control the fabric of the internet. And what happens is with that, because these like service providers have all the infrastructure and they own everything, they also own a lot of like the like logical parts of the internet, if that makes any sense. So things like IP addresses,
Yeah.
DNS servers, certificate authorities, which are all essential things that you need to use the internet in the year 2018. There's something else in that list, and I don't remember what. So the major one that kind of makes it centralized is autonomous systems. So basically what an autonomous system is basically this identifier that is distributed by, I think it's called ARIN, A-R-I-N. And they're these numbers, and they put you in this block, like this little community in this autonomous system. And it's like these networks belong in this autonomous system. And what that does is it basically makes routing through the internet much easier for these giant routers.
Okay.
Because what would happen is if you use, there's two different ways to route, and they're different for internal when you're inside a home or inside your work.
Yeah.
Inside your office's network, your routing is completely different than from the internet's. So it has to get extremely simplified for the internet. So I guess
So, like, what you're saying is, like, with the decentralized internet as opposed to the centralized internet, it would be that instead of kind of like service providers and stuff controlling the like access to the internet, it would be people, or like
yeah, basically. So basically the idea behind it is that your phone can pass through data to people and have its own data, kind of like if you're mining for Bitcoin, you also are like a part of the blockchain network. And part of being, are you familiar with what the blockchain is?
I don't think we have time to get into that, dude.
Well, basically the idea is that your computer that's mining also has a record of everybody else's wallets and values. or everybody else's public keys, and I hear static again. And we're back with no static. All right. So I was talking about I was comparing the blockchain to this. So basically, you would have some portion of data that your phone would be able to distribute to like nearby people, and Pied Piper's compression would make that possible because they can make the files super small, super fast, and super lossless, and basically be able to handle the same load as the normal internet.
Do you think that when they made this show, they had in mind, like, when they do like the pilot episode or whatever, or the first season?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that before the show gets renewed, they had the idea that they were going to use that kind of lossless compression algorithm for this decentralized internet idea? Do you think they were planning that far ahead, or do you think that this is like a byproduct of the show being so popular?
Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of like unreasonable for him to just like go out and invent something else revolutionary in another season.
Yeah.
So I feel like they just kind of stuck with like, all right, what kind of things kind of make sense and seem maybe possible with this made up compression that we can make into a storyline. So I kind of think that that's what they did, was they were like, all right, well, we still own the algorithm. Do you hear static on that fucking computer?
I do not. No, I don't.
Okay, I thought I heard it for a second. I was like, boy, if you don't.
So I didn't even realize this, but the compression algorithm that they're using, that's like non-existent. Like that's.
I mean, I'm not a computer scientist or anything, but no, I don't think that compression algorithm's real.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it exists.
So
Obviously not the brand itself, Pied Piper, but I don't think like middle out compression is a thing. I don't know. IDK, comment, yo, compression gang, comment down below in the comments if middle out compression I can't talk, compression is real or not.
Middle out boys.
Thumbs up if you believe anyways. If you scroll God saw.
So are you up to date on any like fashion stuff lately? Like have you because recently I don't know if you know this or not, but the creative director or owner of Off-White, Virgil Abloh, he got signed as the creative director for Louis Vuitton, which is like kind of a big deal for like one of the bigger Italian fashion houses.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny how...
Is he American?
He is American, I believe. He doesn't even have a traditional background in fashion either. I think he went to school...
He's a DJ, right?
He was a DJ, but he went to school for architecture, I believe, or industrial design.
Yeah, this dude's artsy as fuck.
Or something like that. Well, a lot of the of his clothes and stuff are post Pyrex, like the Off-White stuff.
Were you into that stuff when Pyrex was popping?
No, Pyrex was trash, dude. Because even like looking at it now, basically he was like he's taking capitalism and kind of gripping it by the balls in a sense, where he would actually, the thing where people try to start brands and basically all they do is screen print on Gildan t-shirts and stuff.
He was doing that with shorts.
He was doing that with shorts and t-shirts and stuff, but he was basically doing like an insane markup on it,
Yep.
It's not like Off-White now, because like I own newer Off-White stuff.
You do?
And yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Minor flex on the pod.
It's not a minor
Yo,
flex, dude.
this kid is wearing 2 Supreme pieces. He's got a hat on and he's got a sweatshirt on right now. And then he's got a really nice pair of Ultra Boosts on, it looks like.
And
He's knowledgeable on this stuff.
You couldn't see under the Supreme hoodie, but there's another Supreme shirt under.
You have 3 Supreme pieces on right now?
Technically 4 because my underwear.
Your undies?
Yeah.
Dude, he's shitting in the Supreme boxers.
Yeah, so it's but like I was saying, like the Pyrex stuff like took the printing on Gildan and selling it to a whole nother level because
Yeah.
he
That was like
charging-
the origins.
He was charging Off-White prices for Gildan.
All I had to do was get Kanye to wear it, right?
Pretty much.
Pyrex was Yeezus era Kanye,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. like Pyrex stuff was like actual garbage quality, and it was
Yeah.
like $450 for a t-shirt.
I still thought the shorts were cool.
Yeah. Now, like, cause
Motherfucker.
before I get one off, it's like.
All right, folks, you're in for a treat. GarageBand just completely is ignoring my MIDI instrument that makes up my microphones. MIDI gang, comment below. You know what I'm talking about. So we have, like, we're just recording on my built-in microphone because I'm fed up with fighting with this thing. I've reset it like 4 times now. So, fuck it. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about how like Pyrex originally it was like super expensive but not worth it at all because the quality was kind of garbage. It was basically just screen printing on Gildan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The newer off-white pieces and stuff are all made in Italy. They're all handmade. You definitely get a lot more for the money that you spend on it.
Yeah, they definitely look nicer, but the price has gone up like
it is
a lot.
It is very
From
expensive.
what I remember when they first came out.
My thing recently with the buying clothes has been like buying hype stuff kind of makes sense, or even just luxury items in general, because there is a market to resell that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I own plenty of Patagonia, North Face.
Yeah.
Stuff like that would be considered like, decent clothes.
Yeah.
And there's, you pay for that and it's a decent price when you buy it, right? You pay $40 or $50 for a t-shirt, $70 for a pair of pants or something like that.
Yeah.
But you wear that and then there's no market for it after you wear that.
Yeah.
So like a couple examples that I'd have is like I bought I bought a white t-shirt at the Supreme store back in 2015.
Yep.
And I paid $48 for it.
Cheap t-shirt.
It's like
totally affordable.
Well, I mean, it's not that bad.
I'm just joshing you.
It's a little bit more maybe expensive than usual, but
no, I think I bought my Raised by Wolves Black Sabbath t-shirt was like $50.
Yeah. So, but you think about it, you pay $50 for the t-shirt, but Supreme is like so, I almost want to say overhyped now. That when when you're done wearing it, even if it's beat to hell, like this shirt that I got was white and it had like stains and shit on it, and I sold it for $60.
Fucking cum.
So I made
Supreme. You're like, I got Supreme.
So I made like it's not a lot of money, but I made like $10 on this shirt that I'd been wearing for 2 or 3 years.
It?
Well, no,
right.
It's not that I sold it for.
You've been wearing it a long time.
I didn't sell it for $10. I sold it for $60. So I made $10 over what I paid for it.
What was the biggest resale you've ever made off Supreme? This is the Streetwear podcast, folks.
I bought the Polartec crew neck in like the peach colorway last season, fall winter of 17.
Yeah. And
I bought that for $158 and I sold it for $300. So basically double the profit.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So I mean the thing with that is though, like as opposed to buying like normal brands and stuff, is that when I sell my clothes, I can use all the money that I got from clothes to buy even more clothes.
Yeah.
So it's not like a lot of people see it almost as like unnecessary spending or like being like bougie or trying to flex so other people notice you and stuff like that. But for me now it's almost like a sustenance thing. Like I know that if I like this sweatshirt I'm buying now, I paid $168 for it.
Yep.
I know that in
flex.
I know that in like a year or two I could still sell it for $250. They're going for $350 right now, but still, that's
Supreme holds its value better than a Honda Civic.
It really does, dude, and that's one of the reasons that like some of this stuff I don't even like. I buy it and then I don't wear it and then I sell it and then I can use that money to. I'm not ever losing money. I'm staying at like a neutral. If anything, I'm gaining money some of the time. So
yeah.
You
just turning us down a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably getting a little less, especially because like.
Well, we have to anyways because we have this open mic now.
Yeah.
But
like so like when I buy off-white stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's expensive, but I don't feel guilty about it because I know that I can sell it at just almost at a drop of a pin too.
Well, I feel like the nicer part about getting that is the fact that you're like able to get it. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like 2 tiers above like what you would see like the average early 20 something wearing out in Maine, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta.
So I wouldn't even care about if I had like $1,000 for the like one of those off white jackets.
Yeah.
Like there's one I saw in some schmuck's YouTube vlog that I thought was really nice, and then I saw it and it was like $3,000 or something online.
Yeah.
And I was like, you will never own that. So for me, I don't even think it'd be about the resale. I would just be like, fuck you. I have a $3,000 jacket
I
that
mean,
literally just has white lines on it.
yeah. Well, in a certain like, because I was in when I was in Miami before I left for my cruise.
Yeah.
I went to Saks Fifth Ave, and I got to a lot of the stuff that I buy like sight unseen most of the time. I'm like, I know the brand. I know from hearing, like word of mouth stuff that it's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know what it's gonna be like when it shows up at your door. When I went to Saks Fifth Ave, they had a large off-white.
You can see it right in
like,
person.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard to, like, especially with all like the online shopping nowadays and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to know exactly what you're getting, and when you see that price tag, like the most recent shirt I bought from Off-White cost me $300
Mm-hmm.
for a t-shirt, right?
Christ almighty.
So I bought that
You're
having.
like, I'm saving for a car eventually.
Well, I mean, this kind of
you about that.
this kind of plays into the buying a car thing, because at the moment I could probably sell everything in my closet for like $6 or $7 grand, but I'd be left without any clothes.
I would be naked.
Yeah, and so I buy. There are some things that I buy knowing that I'm going to resell them at a profit.
Yep.
And what that does too is it allows me to get something even more expensive from that and continue to sell those things at a profit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter really how expensive it is with like the Off-White or the Supreme stuff, because it always sells out,
Yeah.
There's never not a demand for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Virgil will tweet, oh, drop on the site now, check out the new season, and you'll go there and like 15 minutes, everything's sold out, and you look at the price tags, like the Supreme or the Off-White Champion collab. The Off-White Champion collab from Off-White was $700, I believe, and it sold out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So $700 for a sweatshirt, and they resell for more than that. So it's, there's always someone who wants it and is willing to pay for it. So
Christ.
Like when I buy stuff, I'm not necessarily that worried about not being able to sell it or sell it quickly.
Yeah.
But say you kind of keep building up from it. So like, you say like I sold that Polar Tech crew neck for, X amount of dollars, and then I used that money to buy something else at retail that was $250 but sold out very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I resell that for $400, and you keep building up on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound as stupid when you're buying these clothes and then making a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
Because I've had so many people like, why do you need to buy Gucci flip-flops?
Yeah.
And
well, you did buy the most accessible Gucci item.
Yeah, no, it is, but like still, it's $210 for flip flops. That's
I'm still trying to get a Gucci wallet.
That's $105 per flip flop.
Yeah, it's still
per each
at one
foot.
point they were $150.
Yeah, but
so they have gone up in price since like DJ Khaled got a pair.
Yeah, but the ones that I got recently, for the most part, I know that they're fairly difficult to get. So
they're nice.
And even
they
if
look like pretty slides.
they're nice. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty comfortable too.
Are you scared to wear them? Are you gonna wear them on did you wear them to the cruise?
I did. So here's the thing.
I'm waiting for some little kid to puke on your Gucci
These
slides.
I know for a fact that I won't make a profit on them, right?
Yeah.
But say I spent $210
Yeah.
on them, and then I wear them for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I sell them for $100. That's still a lot of money that you wouldn't get back buying normal. Like, say you buy a pair of Nike slides.
Yeah, you're
You buy
still
'em
somehow selling flip-flops for a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. You buy Nike slides and you wear them for 2 years, and no one wants to touch them. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not really worth anything to anyone. You donate them to Goodwill, and
it's not like you're
someone
wearing them
pays
every day,
$5 for them. Yeah, exactly. But I know for a fact that I won't really be able to make much of a profit on these Gucci slides or make that much money back because I put them on and wore them out of the store, and probably 35 feet outside of the store, I scuffed the shit out of them. Like the right shoe, dude. I fucking.
Were you pissed? Did you cry?
No.
I would have cried.
I looked down though, and I was like, fuck, dude.
You're like, Christ Almighty, mate, they're scuffed.
Yeah. No, I was like, shit, I scuffed them.
Scuff gaming controller. Christ.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of times where people are like, why do you need this? Or like, are you buying this because you're trying to impress other people or anything like that? And obviously there's a sense of wanting to have nice things and wanting to kind of enjoy like the fruits of your labor,
Yeah.
Every hour I work goes into one of the pieces of clothing I buy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of very sustainable to buy more expensive things and then sell them to other people who want them.
Yeah, people get really, I know we've gone on so many tangents here, because we still haven't finished the Virgil Abloh thoughts, but I was going to go off on another tangent here and add on to what you just said there and just say, like, people don't realize, like, I don't know, I'm waiting for, like, at one point, J. Crew was this brand, or even Gap was this brand where you could go in and like the clothes cost they're expensive compared to what you'd see in like our local mall.
Yeah.
Which we don't live in a very high income area. So we like if we were to go like 2 hours south, there'd be like Michael Kors, Gucci, Burberry, like really nice like there's like luxury malls.
Yeah.
But they don't exist where we live. So like J. Crew was a big deal. Gap was a big deal. H&M, I don't think H&M's that nice.
No, H&M for me is kind of like almost like Forever 21, where you can get like high fashion lookalikes.
Yep.
You can't really call them
they're like
fakes or
knockoffs.
replicas. Yeah, they're kind of knockoffs.
And there's no guarantee they live through the washer and the dryer.
Yeah, but it was always good. Like if I'm gonna go to like when I went to prom or whatever, like I knew that I was gonna wear those pants for prom like literally once. I have no reason to wear dress pants.
Yeah.
So I went there and I bought a pair of like slim fit dress pants for like $15.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to get a good looking outfit on the cheap, but like you sacrifice a lot of the quality.
Yeah.
And that's like, you for the most part with brands that you buy nowadays, you do kind of get what you pay for.
Agreed.
With Supreme, I'm never really disappointed. I've never been disappointed when I've gotten a package from them. I've never taken out a sweatshirt or a t-shirt and been like,
it's a very nice experience.
I never open it and then I'm
Supreme.
like, this is not good enough for how much money I spent on it.
Yeah.
I've never been able to not justify the value. And there are Supreme items that are, they kind of play on the fact that everyone wants it so much that they can make literally anything.
Yeah.
Like the fucking brick. Or like
that's the thing. A Supreme is like 85% marketing.
Yeah. But, the other stuff, they do really well. I know that for a majority of like the kind of early days of Supreme, they were making sure that all of this stuff was like handmade in the U.S.
Yeah.
Now I'm I'm not entirely certain, but I've heard.
Still made in the U.S., I think.
Well, a lot of their stuff is still made in the U.S. I know that most of their fleece things, hoodies, crew necks, they all have like made in Canada tags, or a majority of them do.
Oh, I see.
So,
Nothing wrong with Canada.
Yeah, but I
Canada's
mean,
good.
they try and the quality is nice, like the stitching's nice. Part of the reason that so like people could say that I'm like a hype beast or any or whatever, but I won't touch Antisocial Social Club at all after the 2 experiences I've had with them,
You learned that lesson.
on both experiences, that's a hype brand. It resells for a lot of money.
Yep.
And it costs a lot of money when you like originally buy it.
Retail, it's already extremely expensive for the final product, and the actual. They're one of the only brands that you can like spend hundreds of like. It sells out in like what, minutes?
Yeah.
It's literally printed blanks, which is what we were talking about with Pyrex stuff earlier. And it took you, what, 4 months to get it?
Yeah. No, and dude, like, the fucking owner of Antisocial Social Club literally, like, shovels shit into the throats of the people who buy the stuff. Like, he'll post images on Twitter where it's, like
shirts.
A new shirt idea, and it's, like, a UPS mail truck, like, just kind of joking to the people because like everyone gets pissed off about the shipping and stuff. Yeah, and he knows that the quality's bad, but people will buy it anyway, so he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Like I bought the Melrose Ave hoodie, and I think when it came out, it was like $108 or something like that.
Yep.
And it took like you said, like 4 months to show up.
It was pretty cool, though.
It was cool.
You could tell that it was cheap quality.
It was good from far, but far from good,
Once you got up close, you could tell it was not, like, what, $150 hoodie?
Yeah, it was like 100. I think it was 108, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
So, I mean, but when it showed up, dude, it looked like $15. Like, when you go to the beach and you can get one of those hoodies with, like, whatever graphic printed on it. That's literally what it felt like.
It was camo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like somebody bought a camo hoodie from Walmart and then screen printed their logo on it.
The stitching on it looked like it was done by fucking Stevie Wonder, dude. It looked like whoever had stitched this hoodie together had never touched a sewing machine in their life before. So, like, that was the sweatshirt. And then the t-shirt I had, I got it, and I felt it, and I was like, wow, this feels exactly like that one Gildan shirt that I own. Mm-hmm. And I was like looking at them side by side, and I was like, "Holy shit! I just paid $50 for a Gildan tee."
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pay for stuff that people want.
Yeah.
And sell it, but if I'm gonna buy something and then wear it, I want to get what I pay for.
Mm-hmm.
So paying that much money for that garbage quality kind of really turned me off to Antisocial Social Club, and I don't think that I'd ever really buy anything from them again.
Yeah.
I don't know that a lot of people would have like the kind of same philosophy as me, but
we're shitting on them. Well, this is cool because I mean we kind of went on another tangent, but this is like state of menswear. Is that what you'd call it?
Yeah.
It's the state of men's clothing, men's fashion. No, I don't really follow this stuff anymore because, and this will help me circle back. So you know a lot about this way more than I do. I used to be super into this in like late high school because I was trying to understand like how to like look decent and like be have a semi good appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So part of that is just dressing nice and like looking nice. Careful about knocking the glass on the...
Yeah. All right, here, I'll move this.
Or tapping the table because it clips the mic. But yeah, so what I was talking about was, so way back we had like H&M, Gap, J. Crew in them all. Now we just have H&M and J. Crew, but it's been downgraded to a factory store.
Yeah.
So for me, I've kind of just given up on trying to dress nice now because there's just so much like there's not really much near us that you can try on. I order a lot of stuff online from J. Crew and it never fits. I've returned 4 pieces of clothing to J. Crew in the last month.
Yeah.
But I did get a nice new rugby shirt the other day.
It's so that's one of the other things now that even at like the bike shop when I was still working there, we noticed a lot was that like online competition sales wise was really screwing the people who wanted to come in and actually
For a bike shop?
yeah. So
Damn.
no one knows me on the podcast obviously because this is the first time I've been on here, but I used to work as a bike mechanic for 4 years.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that like Amazon and other like companies, mainly bike companies, are starting to do direct to consumer like web sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they can sell the bikes a lot cheaper because there's no, storefront. There's none of that.
Yeah.
And when we would get bikes at the bike shop, obviously we'd buy it at wholesale, and then we'd build it, and we'd have a new fee that kind of reflected the work that went into it and the money that we've already paid for it.
And making a profit.
Exactly, right? And making a profit.
Yeah,
so
that's where the MSRP comes in.
Exactly. So when you cut out the people building it and having the bikes on the floor for them to check out and to shop, then you can sell them for much cheaper directly to the consumers from the web.
Yeah.
And we saw a shitload.
Would people come in and try out a bike and then not buy it?
No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. Because
okay.
the companies that we stocked were companies that don't do direct to consumer sales.
Yeah, like Specialized, Giant.
Yeah, like Pivot.
Pivot.
Places or companies like that.
Yep.
But companies like Transition, they're really popular because they make bikes that are spec'd really well.
I almost bought a Norco.
Yeah.
Because they sell a lot of bikes online too.
Yeah, and they do good quality, with really good parts, and
they're really cheap.
They're really cheap. Yeah.
And they look good.
They're very comparable spec wise to the other companies that aren't direct to consumer.
And they're super marketed on the internet too. You'll find the most info about these bikes on the internet.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed.
So, but the issue with this is that it fucks the people who actually like work on the bikes and sell the bikes to you and help you out.
Yeah.
It's kind of bringing on like a whole new atmosphere
it ruins,
to the.
I haven't bought a bike in a really long time, but I think it kind of ruins the experience if you were to order it online.
Yeah, well,
because the salesperson, like, they work with you and they like, you ride the bike, they ask you questions, they fit it to you better, they look at your posture on the bike.
Yeah,
they do all this stuff to ensure the most comfortable fit.
That's the thing, dude. Like, so we'd get bikes coming in that these people wanted us to build for them that they had bought online. You
charge them a shit ton to build it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, naturally, but like, it's when we're not selling all these bikes that we'd usually be selling in the shop, and instead we're building bikes for people that are ordering them online. It kind of starts this chain reaction where since they're not buying the bikes there, or they're not buying the bikes at our shop, they're buying them online. That means that we're not selling bikes out of the shop. The shop's making less profit already, so we can stock less bikes.
Yep.
So now we have less on the floor to show people who want to come into the store and try out certain bikes.
Yeah.
A lot of the bikes that we would see coming in, people would buy and they'd have no idea about sizing or anything.
Yep.
It's just, it kind of killed.
So, like, adding in the internet element, you're kind of saying, like, add to this downward spiral to, like, retail in general.
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
It's just a continuing chain reaction.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right, less people are buying them in person, so we have less in person. So when people come in person, they're disappointed and they stop buying in person. And
yeah, exactly.
So
it's like
forth.
it's kind of it's a very long cycle, and I think that's like what you just said basically about kind of like giving up on like trying to buy nice clothes and stuff like that because you can't go anywhere to try them on. That's, I think, a direct correlation between like the huge spike in online internet sales for clothing. And like I said earlier, like when I went to Saks Fifth Ave and I could like really put my hands on some Off-White stuff and check it out.
Yeah.
Obviously that's a luxury brand, so it's going to be in a lot of like higher end places in big metropolitan areas like New York, Miami, Los Angeles, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't really be around here. But
Yep.
other brands, like you said, like J. Crew, where it got downgraded. I think it's J. Crew Mercantile.
Yeah, the one in the mall is
Yeah.
Mercantile, which is the rebranding of J. Crew Factory.
Yeah. So
Which, if you're not familiar, guys, J. Crew Factory, this is what these stores do. All outlet stores, most outlet stores now are no longer like last season, like leftovers. Now it's a new separate brand. It's completely different clothes and they're different quality. So like with J. Crew Factory, like the fits are different,
mhm.
the styles are different. Like the styles seem to be like 2 years behind.
Yeah.
And they're like a little like you can tell it's cheaper. You can tell it's not real J. Crew. And there's like clear markings on the tags. Like you'll see like two rhombuses on the tag. That's how you know it's a factory.
It's like it's almost like when you buy Levi's from a Levi's store as opposed to like TJ Maxx. Yep. Basically you're buying a cheaper pair of jeans, but you still have the Levi's tag on it. And I think it kind of appeals to the people who are just looking. But the quality's way worse. Yeah, I think that appeals more to the people who are just looking to have that name brand. There still is an element of people buying branded clothing to fit in. So I think having those TJ Maxx options and like factory outlet stores that sell the brand and have the branding on it, but might not necessarily be the same quality. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, for our area, which is like a little bit lower income, it does suck for people like us who do want to buy some nicer stuff or go check it out and try.
Because the stores just don't work out.
Yeah.
Actually, funny story. So the last time I was in, it was actually the very last time. I'm gonna tell this story and then I'm gonna pause and take a quick pee break. The very last time I was in J. Crew, before it became the closed, renovated, became a factory store.
Mm-hmm.
I was in there with my buddy John. Shout out to John. What up? And we were checking out some clothes because I think we were both he was looking for shorts and I was looking for a sweatshirt, I think. So we were like, all right, we'll check out J. Crew. There's this fucking dad in there. He's like mid-30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And he's like looking around and he'd like walk over to stuff and be like, like, oh, this is nice. And then he'd pull out the tag and he'd go, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a visible like expression of like, oh my fucking God, that costs a lot.
Yeah.
And like, he like comes up to us and he's like, yo, how do you guys afford this?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, man, it's a little pricey, but it's like, I had to like, I don't know, I just kind of, so this is the point I was coming to is there's not really clothes at the mall near us right now. There's not a store where you can go try stuff on that is like mid-range where people can try it on and realize this is nicer. Like,
yeah.
Not like fits nicer, but like built better, definitely fits nicer, definitely has like slightly nicer details, and I don't know how to explain it more than that, but you can just tell there's definitely you can kind of tell a difference between like like a $10 t-shirt or a $20 t-shirt. There's gonna be a pretty clear difference.
Yeah, and like I'll make it clear, like I don't think how should I put it? I don't think that there's anything wrong with living within your means and stuff like that, and buying clothes that are affordable to you. And I think that there always should be a different level of ranges of options for everyone. But the sticker shock thing always fucking kills me, because nowadays I think, like, especially with the online sales aspect, people seem to associate something being cheap with it also being good now. I don't know if you've noticed that at all.
It's Amazon.
Yeah.
It's just like Amazon.
Yeah, people are like, oh, this is cheap and affordable, so it's good.
Actually, life hack, cheap and affordable item on Amazon that you can get a lot cheaper that looks good on all dudes. Champion sweatshirts, like $15 on Amazon. Same fit, same exact quality, same everything as the ones that are... I almost spent $70 on a Champion hoodie at Urban Outfitters around Christmas time.
You might be looking...
And then I checked on Amazon and I have it.
Do you want to grab it for me real quick? Because I think...
Sure did.
because I think the one that you're talking about is because Champion has like once again different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Urban Outfitters ones are like the reverse weave ones, and they're even on like the Champion like Hanes brand website or whatever. The reverse weave ones are like $60. So I don't know how they'd be cheaper.
These
on
are
Amazon.
reverse weave, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll talk about that in a sec after I go pee. But yeah, I guess my kind of point to close up my thoughts here with this topic, because we're 50 minutes in, so we'll do. I mean, we can do a long one. You got 30 minutes still.
Yeah.
Try like I don't know. People need to try like just go like next time you buy a pair of jeans or next time you buy a dress shirt, go up like 50% in price what you would normally do. Just try it on. Just try it on. Just try it on.
You know, I've definitely worn some questionable outfits in my life and stuff like that, and and I you know, I'm not like a fashion.
I wore some whack shit when I was younger in high school.
I'm not like a fashion, a fashionista, if you will, or someone who does definitely always dress very well. But so for guys, if you wear a pair of jeans that fits right and a t-shirt that's your size, you're doing better than 50% of the dudes already out there. So
we'll talk about the jeans after the pee break, but look at the fit on the jeans. They look good.
Not too bad.
They look good. They're nice jeans. These were $20 jeans.
Really?
Yeah, these are Old Navy jeans. But all right, I gotta pee really bad. But yeah, like maybe to add on just a little more. So go up like 50% in price, and then like mature it by like 5 years in age, and you'll have like clothes that'll last you for like 5. I mean, I'm getting rid of them now because they've just kind of gotten old and like they don't really fit me anymore because I'm getting loafier as my body develops into middle-aged. I'm middle-aged, but also 21. Like, so I threw away a bunch of shirts, but I was like, fuck, dude, I've had this shirt for like 6 years.
Yeah.
And it was just because I was like, all right, like, yeah, it's kind of weird for a high school senior to buy like a blue button-up. But like, you can wear it with like, you know, jeans and like a nice pair of sneakers that kind of match. And it'll still look decent. And it'll last you a super long time.
Yeah. Do you want to, here, go to the bathroom?
Yeah,
because there's something else I want to touch on.
Break. We're doing a piss break, folks. BRB. All right, folks. I just took the most vigorous piss of my life. Liz Demon says, Lay Reddit Army has arrived. Thanks, Liz. I'm going to put you on Do Not Disturb, fam.
This is a quick, you know, just a trail off from what we were just talking about. But do you think that piss is stored in the balls or in the belly? Like, do you have a big tummy full of piss, or is it just stored in the balls?
I think it's stored in the balls.
Yeah.
I think pee is stored in the balls. I think they use middle out Pied Piper data compression to compress the pee into your balls.
Big old tummy full of piss.
It creates a decentralized bladder.
Exactly.
Actually, isn't there like a actual medical term for that, where you hold in so much pee that your bladder starts overflowing and goes up into the rest of your body?
I have no idea.
And you start to turn like yellow, I think, because your body gets infected with this toxic piss that it's absorbing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why is there piss in my stomach? Like a lot of piss.
Yeah.
This should be in the balls.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what the fuck that is, dude. I've never heard of that, but that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pee is stored in the balls.
Pee is definitely stored in the balls, though.
Yeah, but it's not like
Liz Demon is okay. I'm gonna stop saying her name. Sorry, Liz. I know you don't like that, but also fuck you. I'm getting like
Liz is cool.
I'm getting like links to like articles about Elliot Rodger and incels.
Have you has she given you any of her what is it, like zines?
She sent me a few pics of them.
Yeah, she sent some of them to me. Main Squeeze.
Yeah.
Definitely really cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I like I'm not gonna compliment it just to piss her off. Fuck you, Liz. It sucks.
So like she posted those on Instagram or whatever, and she was like, if you want one of these, just DM me or whatever. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's sick, dude. I love seeing like people in the area work on like their own kind of art projects and stuff, and I definitely like supporting that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it would be really cool to do like a men's fashion kind of zine, just specific to Maine.
I've heard a couple of people talking about trying to do like a collective.
Yeah.
I've heard a few ideas of that being thrown around on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. So I think something like that would be really cool just to do for people in the area, and people who are interested in it, because, it is definitely kind of a subset of people who are interested in fashion in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
More often than not, it's people who just...
I think fashion is like cool now.
It's I don't know. I think a lot of the times fashion gets associated with being like feminine,
Mm-hmm.
especially around here, because we live in like a real meat and potatoes town, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of old school. We have one of the fastest aging populations in the country.
Yep.
I think next to like Florida or something.
Probably,
just all old people here.
Yep.
So
mostly retiring.
It's a very old mindset, and I think that fashion, a lot of the time, when you talk about liking fashion, you get associated with being
fashion is getting
feminine.
cooler. Maine is getting poorer.
Yes.
Because we rely on... I've already revealed on the podcast that I'm from Maine, so... And I don't think anybody who I don't... Like, I don't know. No strangers listen to this. So
Yeah.
I've revealed our location before, but... yeah, I mean... Apparently, like, tourism's kind of, like, dying down. I don't think seafood's been as good as it's... Like, fishing. I don't think it's been as profitable as it has been in the past, due to probably environmental impacts and issues. And then we have the aging population
mixed with...
So like this, and then
a lot of the infrastructure in northern Maine too is based around like paper mills and shit, which is already a dying industry.
Lumber, paper mills. Well, I think lumber is still kind of popping.
Yeah. But
lumber will always be popping because of tree farms. Yeah. Shout out to tree farms.
But yeah, like, so just the state in general is a very old population. There's a lot of old ideas here.
To go down. The economy will continue to worsen. We also have very, very high taxes.
It's one of the worst
very,
states.
Very high rent right now.
Yeah, it's one of the worst states to own a business in. Yep. I think we're 48 in the continental U.S., which is
I've read that many, many times.
Literally the worst you can be in the continental U.S.
Yep, there's 48 fucking states.
Yeah, and the other two are fucking a barren, frozen wasteland and a tropical paradise. So, it's
brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. But yeah, so like fashion around here definitely is not something, you don't see a lot of people who are interested in it. A lot of people just buy clothes, like whatever.
I think people are kind of interested in it. But
yeah, I mean, people buy, as opposed to buying fashionable clothes for, the looks and the aesthetic and the quality and the impact that it has in popular culture and stuff like that. A lot of people, I think, here buy like lifestyle brands, a lot of the
LL Bean.
Yeah, a lot of LL Bean. There's a lot of people in Maine who are big on outdoors and stuff. So you see in Maine a lot of people wearing.
People drive Subarus. People wear
North Face, boots, Patagonia
camouflage.
Boots. A lot of blue jeans, stuff like that. People buy stuff that reflects the kind of life that
Flannels.
They live here. Yeah, flannels are big. We see a lot of those. It's a lot of jeans and hoodies, a lot of t-shirts, just basic stuff. Nothing really. It's very just it's focused
basically
on
like workwear.
Yeah, almost. It's like workwear or just like stuff that's cozy,
Yeah.
And like once again, I'll say it. There's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. And I'm not taking shots.
I'll go out and wear my fucking redneck. My bean boots and go split wood for my dad's wood stove.
Yeah, if you don't own a pair of bean boots, that's just part of
living in Maine.
If you don't,
everybody has to do. I feel like everybody living in Maine has to do at least like one, like lumberjack type thing.
If you don't wear bean boots and fuck moose every day, then you're not a true Mainer.
Real Mainer.
Yeah, but
You've never
Yeah,
been
and-
from Maine if you've never eaten moose pussy.
Nothing like some moose pussy. That's one of the reasons, you come for the lobster and you stay for the moose pussy. That's really what.
That's what they
that's
say
what
about
motto.
Maine.
That's what Maine's motto should be. But
Oh god, that's gross.
yeah, there was no chance of this being monetized, anyways, because you just don't have.
I don't have
the
a
viewers
viewership
or
anyways.
a viewer base.
No, it'll
But
just be
after
my friends
that-
hearing us talk about it.
After the moose pussy jokes, you're really not gonna. There's no chance at all.
Well, we did say it was a joke, so I think
Yeah.
people will kind of understand.
But so like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not saying that everyone has to be interested in fashion. There's probably a lot more stuff you should worry about. But for the people who are here that are interested in it, there's no real representation for it. There's no high fashion stores at all. The only one that I know of is Portland Dry Goods.
Portland Dry Goods, Portland Trading Co.
Portland Dry Goods is like, I'd say a majority focused on rainwear and outerwear for, more harsh conditions and stuff. Yeah, dry goods.
Yeah.
They do sell some really nice, expensive stuff there that's really good quality, and the brands that they carry are definitely really innovative, and they definitely do their R&D.
It's cool.
But it's really cool stuff.
I'm scared
but,
when I go in there. I'm intimidated because of the price tag.
Yeah, but like I said, other than that, there's like really no representation for streetwear in Maine or men's fashion.
Urban Outfitters.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily like high fashion. That's just kind of like.
Yeah, I think it's just expensive, like Target at this point.
I don't think that it's that bad, but I think
that's not true because
I think it's like
brands.
I think it's like a more expensive PacSun, really.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like
Fuck PacSun.
It's definitely a little more trendy. I'd say they're definitely a lot more on top of current trends and what's popular than PacSun would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the reason that PacSun falls behind. They actually filed for bankruptcy not too long ago. But I think that's part of the reason that they fall behind Urban Outfitters a lot of the time as being like the cool store, because Urban Outfitters definitely is a lot more on top of the trends, and that might reflect why it's a bit more expensive.
Urban Outfitters, I think, knows how to reach their audience better.
Their target demographic.
Yeah, like Urban Outfitters is more like college kids who actually have money, and PacSun seems more targeted towards like middle school, early high school, and they really just like that demographic doesn't have money.
Yeah.
Especially if they're interested in skate clothing, they're not doing things that make them a lot of money.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, obviously, there's like kids who have jobs and also want to buy pairs of Vans, but kind of comes with the look.
Yeah,
you're not working in a cubicle and wearing Vans.
I mean, for a majority of my youth, I did a lot of shopping at like PacSun and Zoomies, because it did give me like that sort of skate style for like a decent price.
Newberry when I
Newberry Comics, and that's kind of like a more like I think that shop is more built around like nerdy kind of fandoms and stuff like that. A lot of their merch is based around bands.
Have you been in recently?
I haven't been in that recently.
It's all pop culture shirts, and they have like I think 4 brands right now. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they were stocking cool brands for men's anyways.
They've done a really good job, Newberry Comics, of hitting a lot of different niches all in one store.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people who are in there are looking for like band merch or merch from their favorite TV shows and movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they also appeal to like the kind of weirder, edgy people. They sell like hair dyes. Yeah. Like crazy hair dyes and, colorful like rainbow Vans. And they're very like liberal in a sense too with the things they support. They'll support anything kind of weird or taboo, or even things that aren't that weird or taboo that, I don't know, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily find that cool. I know that they're definitely not shying away from supporting, like the LGBT community and stuff like that. We're
still talking about Urban Outfitters?
No, Newberry Comics.
Newberry Comics. Okay.
Yeah, because they're very.
Okay, so they seem to be very neutral because Not right next to it, but like there's also "Please No Step on Snake" shirts in that store, and there's a "Don't
Yeah.
Tread on Me," whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um, please don't step on Snake. Kill me.
Yeah. No, but like I said, like they're
And then
very
they have
supportive.
Thin Blue Line
Yeah.
T-shirts.
They're supportive of like every niche, and that's kind of their niche.
Yeah,
is
it's
like,
just a pop culture store.
yeah, basically anything that has a small community for it,
Yep.
they sell it in that store. So there's like a shitload of like Doctor Who merch.
Yeah.
And then there's like Nirvana band tees and Pink
There's
Floyd.
always
and,
somebody buying something weird in there.
Yeah, and they sell like comic books aren't that huge anymore, or graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
But they carry them, so the people who are interested in that stuff, they know that they can go there and find at least something.
That's where I buy my comics.
Yeah, like if I were looking for a band tee or a shirt for like one of my favorite books, like I got like
I just bought 3 T-shirts from.
I bought a Perks of Being a Wallflower shirt there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably 2 years ago, and in my head I was like, where can I find one of these shirts?
Mm-hmm.
And in my head I'm like, probably Newberry Comics, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
If someone was like, oh, I really want a Game of Thrones shirt or a Game of Thrones shot glass, I'd be
it's like the merchandise section that Bull Moose needs to be like a competing excellent music store.
Dude,
like imagine if like Bull Moose's like discography, like inventory of like all their shit, all their physical media.
Yeah.
And then instead of like one wall of like a small amount of merchandise of like, oh, it's Bull Moose sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Like they just put a Newberry Comics in there. That'd be fucking insane.
Yeah.
Fuck the bookstore. Do that instead.
Dude, I feel like Bull Moose is one of those places that is so cool when you go there, you know?
I love Bull Moose.
Yeah, it's hard not to, dude. It's fun. Everything's super cheap. You can go in with $15
I've been in there
and
for
buy
like 3 hours at a time before.
Yeah, no, I mean you know they have the section for all the books, and
if you have
$5,
like buying, you can get something.
Yeah, buying movies and DVDs and stuff like that at this and CDs is really like not that common anymore, because everything you can get basically online or stream it or something like that. But if you go in there, it's fun. It's like a fun experience to go there and like dig through the crates and find music that you want, or find
and you
DVDs.
Find things that would normally be digital that are super cheap because they're used DVDs. For example, I bought Alien, the original Alien film, because I had never seen it before. I wanted to watch Alien for $2.
Yeah.
Widescreen.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like HD because it was like a DVD of a 1970s film, but it was like widescreen, and like it seemed like they kind of remastered the colors a bit.
Yeah.
So,
but at the same time,
it's so worth it to go there.
Not only that, but that's cheaper than streaming it, and you own it.
Yeah.
You know? And you can, like, once you have that physical copy, the only way it's going away is if someone robs your house.
And if you buy enough stupid shit from there from really cheap, they just give you,
you get the Bull Moose points, you get the Bull Moose card.
You get the points, yeah, and then also you can just trade a bunch of it all back in. They'll just
for store credit,
they'll just give you more points back on your card.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they gave you like 25 cents for that $2 movie. Like, that's not a lot, but
when you do it with 50 DVDs, you go in and then you sell all that stuff that you're not watching anymore.
Yeah. And in reality, you've still paid less money than like a new copy of like the Last Jedi.
It's a really good place too if you're like into certain series like a lot and you want to own physical copies of it, almost as like a collector's item.
Yeah, they sell a lot of box sets there too.
Yeah, no, I'm wicked into Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
So I went in there and I bought the box sets for all technically it's not really 4 seasons, it's 3 because he's already mastered air.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought the entire box set for like $15 or $20.
Yeah. And
like I have it like, you know, on my shelf in my room, and like, yeah, sure, it'd be cool to have it all on my computer or whatever as like a, you know, digital, I could watch it whenever.
Yeah. But
just like knowing that I have physical copies, even if something did happen, I would still have them and I could always watch it, which is kind of cool. And it's fun to like look at, and like something that's tangible, you know, it has more of a, it's kind of like the cash versus credit card kind of argument. When you're spending cash, it's like a lot more tangible, and it you tend to
Because
be a
you're
little bit more
giving up
frugal.
you're giving up
Like the
physically the
literal physical copy
representation of
of
how much money.
exactly. So, but with your debit
That's
card,
true.
you
I
can
never
just
thought of
swipe
it
away
that
your
way.
plastic all day, and it's like you don't see the dollars going away. You don't see your wallet getting less thick.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, for sure. I agree. Why did we start talking about Bull Moose? Because were we still talking
We were talking about
clothes?
Newberry Comics, yeah,
Yeah,
because they were like,
that's what Bull Moose needs, and they can compete. But yeah, there's just like no. So I'm looking for new clothes to wear because I bought this T-shirt. I bought 3 T-shirts at Newberry's a couple weeks ago. I got this. It says it's a Star Wars T-shirt because I love getting laid. It says Endor Forest, and it's got a pic of an Ewok, and then it says Summer Camp at the bottom. I'm looking at the I'm looking at the webcam like it's recording, but it's not. And then on the side next to the Ewok, it says like 83,
yeah,
which I think is one of the years that I think that's when the second or third Star Wars movie came out.
yeah. I don't fucking know, dude.
Definitely not the original, but
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got that, and then I got this MTV shirt, but like the M is like tie dye.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool, but I feel like I'm gonna look like a douche with it. And then I got this like black Vans T-shirt that just has like the old school like Vans logo on the breast,
Yeah.
and then blown up on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of big. I have to shrink it.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys can't see this through the camera. Well, everyone who's fucking watching this knows this anyways for the most part. But we have like very different styles, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like hard to, for me, like, because when I recommend like fashion stuff to other people, usually I'm just like, hey, this is what I wear. You know, you should definitely try this or that.
Yeah,
But
you almost convinced me to buy a pair of Y3 sneakers, and I was like, I
Y-
can't wear Y3 sneakers.
Y3 is kind of dope, dude.
I'm white.
But, but like, so like that shirt, how would you say it fits you? Like, do you think it fits
It's
you
a
like
little
perfect
big,
or like?
but I haven't worn it yet, and it's 100. Actually, it might be 50% cotton.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wash it. It's gonna shrink down a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit baggy. But the small was too small, and I was just like, it's. I just want it as like a summer T-shirt to just wear.
But see, like to me, you say that it's like too big and like too baggy, but like to me, it looks like too small.
It
You
looks too small.
Like stand
it's
up real quick.
long, dude. Look at this. It's a fucking dress. It
Oh,
covers
now that
my-
you stand up, it actually looks like pretty good. I
It's
think
too
like
long.
no,
Why does it
dude.
go
If
past my
like
small penis?
dude, no, it should
I have a small penis.
like for if I'm looking at shirts,
I do
I'm
this.
probably, like-
I get paranoid. I do this.
by traditional standards, I'm probably like a true medium. But I always buy larges because I think that for whatever reason, like covering your
you
zipper
want
on
the
your
shirt to
shirts,
cover your dick?
yeah, I want it to cover.
Should I start doing
Well, it
that?
doesn't
Does that
cover
look,
my dick.
Does that
but
look more candid and casual? Sorry,
I
I'm
think-
just staring at your dick now.
I think that like the oversized fit has become popular because not only it's comfy, but like it just like I don't know. I think just having like that longer, baggier fit looks a little better.
I sent a sweatshirt to my brother that I bought. I ended up buying him for Christmas. I was like, "Hey, I was thinking about buying this. Do you think it's nice?" And he said, "Yeah, you should get a size up for the steez." And I was like, "Wow!" So high school kids now use park rat ski terms to describe clothing.
Yeah.
Ski culture has leaked. And now I forgot to get that sweatshirt. I know you're like planning to leave soon.
Yeah. We can wrap it up once you get back.
Yeah. Let's check this out. I did accidentally get a mustard stain on the back, but I don't really care. But yeah, I just wanted a super light gray.
Yeah, no, it is definitely like the Wicked Stonewash.
It's
It is
super comfy.
It is the reverse weed. It feels really light though.
It was $15. It was $60 at Urban.
With like it's got this kind of cool ribbing on it too.
Yeah, that's
on
to
the-
help stretch it out.
Yeah. So like the one that I bought, it weighs like I think it's probably like 9-ounce cotton,
Mhm.
or something like that. But it feels like I'm getting a hug when I'm wearing it, dude. It's so heavyweight.
This is one of my heavier sweatshirts.
It doesn't feel that heavy to me.
Really?
It really doesn't.
I wonder if we compare it to my Reigning Champ.
Reigning Champ is definitely a really cool brand for you guys to check out if you're looking for like some like more. I mean, they do a lot of cool athleisure wear almost.
Expect to spend $120 though.
It's nice, but it's
That's
always
way
in
heavier.
it's always in stock. Yeah, it is.
Super heavy.
Yeah, it has like this kind of like French terry material in here. I love this shit, dude. And
it's awesome. It's a really like good sweatshirt.
It's super simple, dude.
Size up.
If you put this on anyone,
this
male
is a
or
GF
female,
sweatshirt. I'm saving
seriously,
I'm saving this $150 handmade Canadian sweatshirt for my future boo.
Yeah.
So DM me.
So that's a cool brand for people to check out who aren't like super interested in fashion, but maybe want to buy something a little bit nicer. Those Reigning Champ sweatshirts, the quality is amazing, and they'll look good on literally anyone who puts it on. As long as it's your size.
Mine's too small, I think, right now.
It's so classic.
I think I've outloafed my Reigning Champ.
And that's kind of the same thing with Champion sweatshirts, too. They're so classic and timeless. They'll like just look good on anyone.
Yeah, it's so hard to go like.
It's hard to make a bad outfit out of that, like unless you.
Basically, right now, like my outfit is pretty much like. In the fall, what I was doing was I had jeans, I had a few pairs of khakis, I had that jean jacket, and then I had my car coat, which is in my car. And then, like, I would just wear, like, those Nike tennis shoes or those Vans if I was wearing jeans and wanted to wear brown shoes instead, especially if it was a shit day out. So I kind of had this, like with the Nikes, it was like a sportswear thing. So I was just kind of like... I don't know. I was just like jeans, sweatshirt, tennis shoes.
I think like what you're saying basically is my idea, because I've said this before. Like I might have even mentioned it early on in the podcast, but for this is like a unisex thing in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If you wear a pair of jeans and then a gray sweatshirt and just like any pair of Vans for the most part. There's virtually no way to fuck up that outfit, unless everything is like disproportionate.
Or really any not any shoes, but like most casual shoes you can wear with a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt. It'll look fine.
Yeah.
I can wear my boat shoes.
Yeah.
I can wear my tennis shoes.
Yeah. If you like,
I wore those sandals today.
Yeah. So like, if you want to build a whole wardrobe, my advice would be it'd be. Buy probably 3 or 4 different pairs of jeans, like a light wash, a dark wash, and maybe a pair of black jeans and a pair of khaki jeans. And then buy like 4 different color shirts and 4 different color sweatshirts. If you're, someone who has like a job that's a little bit more professional, obviously this isn't going to hold true. But for casual wear, I'm saying if you get 4 different, like just solid color shirts, and sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And you can mix and match them for the most part. As long as you wear it with a decent pair of shoes, you're going to look fine.
Yeah.
For people who are worried about their appearance and not knowing how to dress well, if you wear, like, look at a color wheel, basically. Like, if you're wearing... And blue denim basically goes with anything. So,
I'd say pretty much try and contrast.
Yeah.
Neutral contrast colors. Easy mode.
If you're like worried at first that you don't look well, and fashion interests you, but you're not like sure where to start or something, and you kind of want to start with just figuring out what fits and what looks good first. Yeah, start with the basics. Don't even worry about the brands. Just worry about getting the basics down. Just different colors of jeans and different color t-shirts and different color sweatshirts.
The biggest mistake I made when I was trying to figure out how to like dress like an adult or a teenager was like I kept trying to I'd see something online and I'd be like, oh, that looks pretty good, and then I'd try to do it and it would be like, oh, like cuffed your jeans or something, and it would just always look bad. And it was like, you just have to you don't have to try that hard, like, because that stuff gets whack pretty quick. Like, you have to stay on top of, like, when that stops being cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just, like, buy clothes that, like, look good. on you that fit you right. Honestly, if you just figure out how to wear clothes that fit you right, that's like 50%
Yeah.
of it. And
And
then
then
just don't wear like a dark blue t-shirt with dark blue jeans.
yeah. Like one of the other things too is like a lot of people I've noticed will wear nice clothes, but they'll look like they feel uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
or like they look like they're awkward or something like that.
Yeah.
Like half of looking good is how you carry yourself, I think.
Yeah.
So if you wear some clothes that fit and you carry yourself, confidently but not like cocky, or not like, if you're always hunched over and looking at your feet and shit like that,
Gang.
no matter what you wear, you're not
Gang.
gonna look that
Thanks for the
good.
minor shot, dude.
Well,
Damn
I'm
it.
just, I'm not taking shots at you, but I'm just saying, like, if you,
I know.
if you're like,
That's a personal crutch of mine.
yeah, if you're
I
like,
have really bad posture.
you look anxious as fuck or something like that.
I'm always anxious as well.
Immediately that's gonna make you look, yeah. Immediately that's gonna make you look worse than if you were to, you can dress poorly and your attitude can make you look better than you actually dress almost.
Yeah.
But if you dress well and you look unhappy or
I
uncomfortable
think
or
for
something
me,
like that,
I help, like, when I wear like nice clothes, I feel a little like, not like actively like, yeah, I'm wearing my nice clothes, but you
Yeah.
do kind of like feel a little bit better in a
Yeah.
certain sense that you don't really realize until like you finish your day and you're like, oh, today wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it does kind of help with your like day to day a little bit to. I doubt this is even recording. I'm too far away from the mic.
Yeah, you can tell when I'm talking because
you
it's
gotta
like
put in like just a little more effort, and it'll carry you a long way. Why did we even start talking about this? It's the Dude Clothing Advice podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Menswear from people who don't dress too well.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think we dress that bad.
Yeah. All right. We good to wrap this up?
Yeah. Any closing thoughts? I guess this.
It transformed from like talk about Silicon Valley.
I thought Silicon Valley would carry us on for like 20 minutes, and we had so many issues, and I think it.
I mean, it did last us for a while.
We only got like 8 minutes out of it, though.
We started on the Virgil Abloh thing and never closed on that, but it led us into a good talk about kind of men's fashion as a whole.
Dude, I wish you'd stay longer. We could close it.
Yeah, I already promised some people I'd be somewhere, though, so.
Christ almighty. All right, well, we'll get you on again soon, dude.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully all the recording stuff came out all right.
Maybe we can do like a separate thing, because I'm trying to record more stuff. But yeah. All right, peeps. Folks.
Take it easy.
Peace out.